Hey guys, Shannon from iHeartRadio, here with JP Saxe. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
It's so good to see you.
Thanks for the boba.
Yeah, of course. You like lit up as soon as you got it.
I'm a happy boy.
You're not even lying when you like say that this is your thing.
No, I really like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I can see what you're into.
Do you like it?
I think that I like it.
Some people have trouble getting over the texture.
I think that's the best part.
I
It's
agree.
like the, whatever those are.
It's like a fidget spinner that you can eat.
Exactly.
And a snack and a beverage.
Oh my goodness.
And it's all
It's
the
so great.
joy.
And you get the like a little treat with it. Yeah, it's great.
Next time you order from here, get the mango pieces.
Oh, that's what I wanted. I showed her a photo and I was like, give me exactly that. And it had mango pieces, but she didn't get it.
It's still delicious.
Okay, cool. And you like this place too, right?
And this is my favorite one in LA. I mean, Toronto.
Nice.
I'm confused.
I knew that. I did my research. We're gonna make some friendship bracelets today.
Yay.
Because I don't know if you guys know, but JP and I go way back. We've known each other for a little
3
bit.
to 4 years.
Yeah, something like that. So, I think I've just been here chilling since I met you. So, what's the biggest
love
change in your
love.
life?
In the last 4 years, I'm a shame human, but I learned how to be more okay with it.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Me too.
Did you like yourself more than you did 4 years ago? Yeah, I think so too.
Definitely. Yeah, I found like a lot of the, that whole like journey of self-discovery that we're all on. I find like so much of the finding ourselves that we're all doing in our late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s is like just trying to be who you were at 15 when you got bullied for it.
Yeah, that's
And
so
like
true.
unlearning the shame you attached to the things that brought you joy.
Yeah, I actually talked about that in therapy like not that long ago because Jonah Hill came out with a documentary and that's something that he brings up in it.
The Stutz one?
Yeah, where he like talks to his therapist.
Yeah.
And then he has like a photo of himself when he was younger and he was like, this is who I'm like trying to, like, this is who I am inside.
Yeah.
And you always will be.
I really liked that documentary.
Yeah. So who is that for you? Like what age?
I don't have very many memories like before the age of 11.
No? Why do you think that is? Trauma?
Probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know, probably like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Like childhood bathroom mirror covered in acne, don't want to go to school, don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
Like that. It's like that kid.
Totally.
That's my version of the Jonah Hill like photo.
Right. Okay, so you can make whatever you want.
Okay.
There's letters, there's beads. Speaking of growing up, you turned 30 recently.
Yeah.
March 23rd.
1993. And wait, you're December 4th, 1992.
Yeah.
I
that's
care.
Right. So how was it? Do you feel different now that you're 30? Because as someone who also turned 30 a few months ago, but do you feel any different? Are you the type of person to like think about your age and milestones in your life and things?
I think I decided that a lot of things that I thought might just be parts of myself in the interim, I accepted were parts of myself in probably more like solidified.
What do you mean?
For example, like, well, maybe I'm just a huge dork in my 20s, or maybe I just like really like these tattoos in my 20s, or maybe I, just care about this type of friendship in my 20s, or then it was like, no, maybe this is just who I am.
Right. It's kind of comforting though in that, right? In a way, or no?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Comforting? What's comforting? Boba's comforting. Friendship's comforting.
But going off what you said about turning 30, I think I thought the same thing where I was like, all my insecurities that I had in my 20s, I was like, I'll turn 30 and I'll be way more confident and all these things. It hasn't happened yet, but maybe it will.
You don't feel more confident until you are since turning 30?
Yeah, well, I just thought like all the insecurities that I had in my 20s maybe would go away in my 30s because they say like, oh, you get older and you know yourself better, but I don't know if that's necessarily
No, that definitely didn't happen for me either.
No.
Does being loved make you feel more secure?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Are there parts of yourself that you didn't love that having them loved by your partner made you see differently?
Yeah, totally.
Which parts?
I think just like she'll compliment me on things that I didn't even think were a thing. Like, and it's also very nice to like care for another person. And
yeah,
then
I like doing that too.
Yeah. So then it's like if I'm having a hard day or she's having a hard day, I can like do something nice about it, and then it's like actually taking action, acts of service. What do you think?
I take that too far though.
How so?
I try and fix other people's problems so I can ignore my own.
Oh, really? So you just like put it off and then just focus on other people?
Yeah, other people are usually simpler than me, but simpler to handle than me, not simpler as individuals.
Right.
But it's simpler to look at someone objectively when they aren't me. I'm a bad multitasker, so Maybe like the bracelets are a good way to get people to open up when you like distract them with like friendly bracelets, and then you can ask them questions, and then they'll tell you like really honest things. But I'm kind of compulsively honest with or without the bracelet. And
Right.
this just might be like distractible, and then I'll say things I don't mean to.
I can't believe that you like knew what you are onto us. You like understand completely what we're trying to do here.
Mm-hmm. But like I'm not sure it's gonna work because like I would tell you whatever you want anyway, and the bracelets just might make me forget the question.
Oh, okay. Well, I can remind you of anything that you need. Do you ever think about the fact that you can just like be stuck on a song and then text John Mayer and then he comes and helps you with the song and you can just like call him a friend?
Yeah, I think about that all of the time.
Do you? Or does it get to a point where you're like, yeah, that's my friend, and it's just like whatever?
Well, that's how it feels when we're together. Like when we're hanging out, it's like, oh, that's my friend John Mayer. But like when I look at my phone, I should change his name in my phone.
Is it just John Mayer?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because then I wouldn't like associate. He gets intimidating when I associate him with my concept of him versus my understanding of him.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Do you ever interview someone that like deeply intimidates you?
Oh, all the time.
Like who?
Or just like people that I'm really a fan of, and then I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe that. Like when I interviewed, I think I fangirled the most when I interviewed Miley Cyrus, where that was one where, because usually I can just like put it aside because it's work and I have to like focus.
Mm-hmm.
But then that one I was like, holy shit, that's Miley Cyrus. Okay, a gray area.
Oh right, we're doing this out.
We're talking about the
interview
album
in the future, so you know the name of it.
Yeah. Was there any conversation about the spelling of the word gray? And
Of course.
Yeah?
I made sure we had to spell it the Canadian way.
Okay.
Can't be disowned by Canada. How am I supposed to make everyone in America know that I'm better than them? I lost a bead. I'm starting from the beginning.
Yeah, you got to get going.
I
I'm
don't
like
know
half done.
How sustainable do you think trauma bonding is really? Because I think it's become quite pervasive.
What do you mean?
Trauma bonding.
Yeah, but it just like, it only goes so far.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a theory on this. I'm just like been wondering lately how sustainable that is as the foundations of a loving relationship.
I think, I don't know if I would consider it a foundation, but I do think it's like a strong aspect. It can be something that you can like losing a parent, especially at our age, I think is an experience that no one will understand unless you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I think if you're dating someone who's also experienced that, then you just relate on another level. So I don't know if it's sustainable maybe in the grand scheme, but in that small aspect.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm not sure I'm looking to love as the mechanism in which I feel understood.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
But again, I don't currently have a romantic element of my life. Well, no, my life is very romantic, but it's just like I've been romanticizing my friendships in my community. I've been giving all of the energy that I used to want to give to a partner to my friendships and community, and I find it very sustainable and less likely to be mad at me.
Yeah, that's fair. And that's like long term and more guaranteed. Right?
Unless you get engaged.
Yeah, true. But still, you never.
Because that, 100% of the time lasts forever.
Yeah, exactly. And I was gonna say, in your song "Everything Ends," you talk about like skipping all the past the small talk and.
That first verse is for sure about trauma bonding.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until people pointed it out, but they were right. I like when people understand things about my songs that I don't pick up on at first.
Yeah, that's gotta be interesting, because you would think that you of all people would think about that the most.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a mystery to myself for the most part. There's like a lot about myself I don't quite understand.
No? Do you feel like songwriting helps you understand that better?
Songs are usually like me letting people in on the process of what I'm trying to figure out, and less often things that I've already figured out.
Oh, interesting.
I think that's why they're relatable.
Right.
Because like, how many things do we have figured out?
Yeah.
Versus what we're working through.
But I feel like some artists would maybe write about the things that they've already figured out.
I've been very much enjoying recently the new perspective on my basicness.
Okay.
Because I used to really avoid my basicness. I was like obsessed with individuality and wanting to be an individual. But then I realized that people are my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I really love people. So why would I be so afraid of being like them?
Right.
Like, why would I want to be different from something that I love? Why would I not? Why would I have an aversion to being similar to something that I love? So that's resulted in me trying to just embrace that it's very much okay to be basic, and I don't have to be
Yeah, I like that.
like this individual, special, like one-of-a-kind human in order to be valid. If
Right.
anything, it's like so many of the most beautiful parts of my life are because of the ways I'm the same as other people. Like having the same tattoo as Gail, or having feelings that a lot of other people relate to also.
Or having like a taste in music that is like basic that people would call. Yeah. No, I like that. I think though that like I struggle with that too, where I think that if I'm too basic though, then people will think that I'm boring. And a lot of my friends I think are also interesting, so then I want to be more unique.
Do you
know
think
what I mean?
being unique and being interesting are necessarily the same thing?
I think so. Do you?
I mean, Coldplay's interesting.
But they're also like beloved and unique.
But everyone loves Coldplay.
Yeah, but not everyone is Coldplay.
I guess that's a good point. I mean, I'm occasionally Chris Martin.
In what way?
Well, just often cab drivers think I'm Chris Martin.
Really?
It actually happened one time. I just deeply, deeply internalized it.
Yeah, I would. I would always tell people that.
Do you ever get, like, celebrity lookalikes?
I've gotten Jennifer Lawrence one time when she was in the Hunger Games, and I've like stuck to it for like 10 years. I'm like, yeah, I'm Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't see it at all.
No, I don't look like her at all. So that's why I'm stuck to it.
I'm not sure I'd pick one, but I also
Do you
don't know
get
if I
others?
know anyone, speaking of uniqueness, I'm not sure I've met anyone with such tight dimples.
I know, they're very unique, right?
Yeah.
They're like
they're
not totally dimples, but they are.
They're like very,
Yeah, I know. Oh no, don't point things
they're
out.
tight dimples.
Don't perceive me. This is bad.
No, I like dimples. I have a lyric about dimples on the album.
Yeah?
I pivoted back.
Oh yeah, music.
I was
Let's
looking
talk more
for
music.
symmetry, but I'll abandon it.
Right. Oh, how did you get together with Lizzie and Tiny Habits? How did that happen?
Wait, do you want to hear my dimple line, or you want to hear about Lizzie and
No,
Tiny
I wanna
Habits?
hear about your dimple
I can
line.
tell you about both of these things.
We'll get to it.
Lizzie and Tiny Habits, we were at a Tiny Habits show in Los Angeles. We went to a diner afterwards, and then we were sharing an Uber, and we were listening to each other's songs in the Uber, and I played them Everything Ends, and they really liked it. And then the next day I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if they sang it with me. So now they sing it with me.
Nice. Okay, now back to dimples.
Yeah, there's one of my favorite verse ones on the album. It's kind of like a love song to an ex-partner's new relationship.
Mhm. That's rough. What song is it?
It's called Who You Thought I'd Be.
Oh yeah.
And the first verse lyric is, I picture you on Sunday morning in a life that's gotten simple, a book between your knees, decaf in your hands, sunlight in your dimple. You're smiling at the world you've wanted as he puts his hands through your hair. No one would believe anyone else had ever even been there.
Why would you do that to yourself? To then have to sing that song and perform that and then think about that all the time.
We haven't gotten there yet. That's future me's problem.
Do you think about that with songs that you sing? Like, oh man, I can't believe I have to sing this forever?
I mean, I think every job comes with its professional hazards, and my professional hazard is occasionally overly emotionally tumultuous, required revisitation.
Are you able to put that aside or compartmentalize when performing?
No.
No.
Although, sometimes, like, the feeling of performing a song is less about the feeling I had when I wrote it and more about the feeling I now have in relation to where my life is now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
ever, like, remember what it felt like to feel, like, something reminds you of a feeling you used to have,
Yeah.
and then the feeling you are having is the recognition of how different your life is from when it was when you felt that way.
Right.
For example, when we did the show in New York with John, it was the night of my ex-girlfriend's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and she invited me to the wedding, and I got to say, I'm so sorry I can't make it, I'm playing Madison Square Garden with John Mayer. And then I used that story as an introduction to play the song called The Few Things,
Right.
which is a love song I had written about her. And you would think that I would feel a certain type of, you know, shitty while singing a love song about someone who was currently marrying another person. But it was actually like a really beautiful feeling of recognition that that love was beautiful, real, valid, meaningful, also in the past, and that love has morphed into new things, and
Yeah.
love becoming different and new doesn't invalidate the times it's existed before.
Yeah. Wow. You feel like it feels like you're very like emotionally in tune.
I'm glad that the facade is working.
But I do understand that. I think it's not even, it's like almost a different form of compartmentalizing, or it's just like, yeah, it makes so much sense. Feeling that new feeling when you do it rather than just like reliving that feeling every time.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I'm going to use the word feelings 5 to 6 times in the next sentence, but it's like I'm not having the original feeling. I'm having the feeling I have about the feeling.
Yeah,
And
totally.
that changes night to night.
Yeah, I went to my ex-girlfriend's wedding this weekend.
So healthy.
Yeah.
Did you go with your fiance?
Yes.
So she got married first, but you're now engaged.
Yeah, we had to get engaged before her
You
wedding.
absolutely had to. I'm
Yeah,
glad
so
you
that we
made the
could show
joke.
up and be like, but we're engaged. Steal some
Was
of
it
the
a nice
thunder.
wedding?
Yeah, it was a really nice wedding.
Were there any songs that were important to the wedding that were important to your relationship with her?
It was more of like a backyard reception wedding.
Must
So
have
there
had
was,
songs.
yeah, no, not that I heard, but that is interesting that you say that because there could have been certain songs that would have come on that would have been like, oh,
Right?
yeah.
Do you feel like if you have a song that's important to a relationship, you're not allowed to then use that song in future relationships?
Yes. Do you think?
So what do I do about if the world is ending?
You're screwed.
Next question. I brought that up myself. You're good. The bracelets are working, Shannon.
Got you.
Trickery. Boba and bracelets.
I know.
I'm a sucker for alliteration and arts and crafts.
Yeah, I want to talk about Louis Capaldi because we love Louis Capaldi.
I want to say I miss the green in your eyes. I love that song.
I was so shocked to hear that you helped write it.
We wrote it together the day we met.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, what a nice guy, hey?
Sweetheart.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, that's
Sweetheart, huge voice, fun to write with.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild that you wrote "If the World is Ending" on the first day you met Julia. The first day you met Louis. You write that.
I'm a good first date.
Yeah.
The second and third and fourth, questionable.
Falls apart.
I can crush a first date.
Yeah.
Because I just, I virtue single all my best qualities.
There you go.
So get all my best ideas out in the first go, and then ghost.
And then or else they get to know the real you.
Yeah, can't have that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
We'd run the risk of intimate connection.
Yeah, and then that's just pain. Okay, let's get to fun questions.
Okay.
Because we've gone too deep.
Too deep?
Well, never too deep. But who would play you in a movie? Speaking of celebrity lookalikes. Who would you want to play you in a movie?
Does Prince Harry act?
Maybe now that
Meghan
he's
could help him through it.
in LA, yeah. That would be a good one.
Yeah,
His first acting gig.
that'd be cool.
I like that.
Or no, I think that's what I'm sticking with.
Yeah.
Are there any prominent ginger actors other than him?
You could dye someone's hair.
No.
No. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I never was able to get over the Riverdale ginger dyeing his hair.
Oh yeah. Is that offensive to all gingers?
I think offensive is a strong word, but a fun thing to joke about, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Is it true that you're allergic to everything?
Yeah,
What are you allergic
unfortunately,
to?
yes. Mostly intimacy, and dogs.
Oh, okay.
I don't tell people that.
The intimacy part or the dogs
No,
part?
the dogs. The intimacy thing I'm very upfront about. Being allergic to dogs is like such a red flag for people. I
Yeah.
can't help it. It's
That's
my
like-
fucking sinuses. It's
Yeah.
not by choice. I love them. I just can't cuddle.
What do you do when
I
they're
love
around?
plenty of things I don't cuddle.
Do you just pretend like you're not allergic when you're around
No,
people's
but
dogs?
people like they look at me like I'm a psychopath.
It could be a red flag for people.
No,
You're
it
like,
is a red flag for plenty
Yeah.
of people.
I'm so sorry.
You just want me to
We can cut that part too.
That's okay, it's fine. I need to get it out there in the open eventually. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just like be sniffly all of the time? Like I'm a singer, I need my sinuses.
Yeah, no, I think that's important.
Like,
And you
I
can't
love-
help, it's who you
Don't
are.
get me wrong, I love dogs.
Yeah.
I just can't snuggle them.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
It
I
is
don't
so
like
sad.
coffee, which is always like a red flag for people.
So how do you caffeinate yourself?
Like energy drinks,
Oh, yeah.
or I found this like caffeinated sparkling water that I really like called Wake Water.
Delicious.
Shout out Wake Water. So that's really good. How are you doing on your bracelet over there?
I'm happy about it.
Yeah?
I'm gonna pick one more fruit and then add some orange.
Okay. There you go. You got it. I did want to ask you, do you know what the number one song was the day that you were born? This is why I know what your birthday is.
I have no idea.
Number one song on the chart?
What is it?
It's Informer by Snow.
I don't even know that song.
Informer. You don't know it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's a good song.
What's the number one song the day you were born?
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
That's a better one.
Yeah. But Informer by that's a good one too. I only bring that up when I like the songs.
I got in an argument about that song last year.
About Whitney Houston?
Yeah. I also think I have a song called When You Think of Me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that song is like a much, much worse version of what I Will Always Love You is about.
Really? In what way? That
Well-
it's like a breakup song?
Well, it's a breakup song, but that's recognizing how valid the love was.
Right.
Like, people think I Will Always Love You is a love song.
Yeah, but yeah.
It is, but like it's, if I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go, but I'll think of you every step of the way, and I will always love you.
Right.
Like it's a leaving song.
Yeah, it's like devastating.
Yeah, it's kind of like Thank You Next.
Yeah, true. Where you're like reflecting on the relationship. That's funny.
But yeah, one of my best friends, I officiated his wedding, and they used he quoted "I will always love you" in his vows, and I told him that was like a bad omen because it's a breakup song. And he was like, "We're bigger than the omens," and he was right. But we got in a little argument about it.
That's a good response to that. I'm surprised that you would tell him that on his wedding day.
Well, I told him that before his wedding day.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, what was the vulnerable thing that I asked you? I'll trade you a vulnerable answer for a vulnerable answer.
Well, my vulnerable question to you was about the vulnerable song.
The most vulnerable song.
Or the
I mean,
breakup.
"Caught Up on You" is not a vulnerable. Well, maybe. I just think like I there's a lyric about sexualizing intellectualism, which I feel very sincere in.
In what way?
Well, I just do that.
Oh, okay.
I just, there's a song where I reference someone speaking in deep detail about political theory and just how extraordinarily hot it was.
Yeah.
It was very hot.
That is, I do agree that, like, yeah, any sort of, I don't know, if somebody shows that they're smart or very wise in a specific subject, I'm like, or like very passionate about a specific thing.
Like compare the political theories of Che Guevara and Cesar Chavez to me one more time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, finish your bracelet.
Okay.
We gotta wrap this thing.
Ask me the first question. It's a hard one.
Okay.
And like we have a rapport, so you're allowed to ask.
Okay, so I can imagine that it's tough to go through a public breakup and then have songs about it. Well, that's kind of what I did already bring up, where I was like, yeah, anyways.
Look, I really appreciate how nervous you are to ask me about my relationship.
Well, now you read my card, I'm warm. Okay, is it tough to go through a public breakup? Especially, well, just having people along for every step of the way, and then to have breakup songs, and then just like, that's got to be such an interesting perspective to be in from your end. You know,
you would think, but like very few people actually cared. I think it's just hard to go through any kind of breakup.
Or do you think that they cared and just didn't say anything about it?
No, I think
because they're not brave enough to ask it.
I think 1% of my fans care what I think my songs are about, and the vast majority of my fans care what my songs are about to them.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Because like, I actually didn't like. I don't know. Maybe I just have like very respectful, like healthy parasocial relationship with the people who care about my music. But I think breakups just like suck. It's hard to have someone you deeply love be someone you don't get to be actively in love with anymore.
Right. But then to be on that other level of talking about it, singing about it, knowing that they might see it, that's got to be tough.
Learning how to live your life, compartmentalizing the perception of someone who you completely integrated into your understanding of your own life is complicated in every capacity.
Right. So there's just an extra.
Yeah, intellectualization is one of my defense mechanisms, by the way. When like I feel like I'm talking about something that I'm vulnerable in, I just use bigger words. Because I'm like, maybe if people don't quite understand what I mean, they'll just like...
Be like, okay, next question.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, you did it. Congratulations.
I don't really love the color scheme of my bracelet, but...
I like yours. I don't know about mine at all. I wanted to put our initials in it, but it really screwed up my color scheme. But look, it's a true friendship bracelet. It says JP and Shan.
I love it.
Okay,
mine has no personalization whatsoever.
I like the fruit. It was a good choice. I like it a lot.
Okay, great.
You did a good job.
I don't know how to do the part that makes it a bracelet, so you have to do that yourself.
Okay, so yeah, we're switching.
Thanks. It's adorable.
You're welcome. Thank you for talking to me.
My pleasure. Thanks for the boba.
Of course. It's always a pleasure to see you. That's it, guys. The end.